extremely frustrated with the fact that they couldn't quite get the job done as well as they would have liked. It was a flying start from Capetown Spurs, and I've got William as well as Lucky who joined me now. They made the perfect start, but sometimes they say, oh, I need a more day. It's a long 1-0, and you score almost too early, and then you got to hold on for long.
You know, the nice thing about football is that I just had a chat to the captain Nyukomobi. He says, Lucky, they shouldn't have stopped what they did in the first half. I mean, when they got that early goal, they should have pressed us. They should have came at us with the same kind of attitude, which is run at the defenders, play those balls behind the defenders. So you could tell that they were worried. But when they saw the defenders dropping back of Capetown Spurs, it made it easy for Supersport to start rotating the ball. And the second half, we spoke about that, William, that second ball, they need to deal with it because they'll get punished like Akon punished them.
Yeah, an impressive finish there from Ime Okon. And when you look at him as a player, as a defender, bro William, that's a finish you'll be really chuffed with.
For me, when I look at Okon, I remember the days of Morgan Gould, Bongani Kumalo. As defenders, and just how Supersport benefited from their ability in as far as scoring goals from set pieces. So he's a young one, he's growing, and I'm sure they'll continue to benefit from his ability as a player with aerial presence.
Yeah, no, a player with immense ability there, and he'll keep learning from the likes of Tulani Satwayo. And of course, it seemed like it's a game that could go on for 240 minutes and we wouldn't get a second goal. But we end up having a moment, and it's that man who is a substitute who creates the goal.
I'm telling you, they say fine margins into the game. I mean, you look at Mabuya, who took over the position that Filo was occupying in the previous game, and he made sure that he stayed in the game. I mean, just tells you the fitness levels that he's possessing. When that ball went wide and it was crossed back in, the run that he made from deep, and just to open his body and tap that ball into the roof. And then Bosov says, the goalkeeper says, hey, you know what, if it was just an inch closer to me, I was going to go for it, but it came so quick, Brawili. And you know, you're a former coach, you goalkeeper coach, you know that that one is a bit difficult because maybe he thought he was going to even control it.
But also, the fact that there were that many players,
in front
and
of
the
him.
reaction time from when the ball came through the wall, and that must have made it very difficult. But further, I'm thinking Supersport were brilliant because they continue to create width. That is how Supersport play. But they were lacking the final quality of the ball that gets played into the box, and also the arrival from way deeper. The ball was always focused on the top striker. Sometimes the top striker has got too much. If you look at how Moloisane did that one, he didn't just cross it flat, but he cut it a little bit back. And this is what allowed Maboe to be able to find it, because the line of the defenders were a little bit close to the goal and the others were too behind. He popped into the pocket of space created in front of him.
And it's one thing that we were speaking about off air, Lucky. We spoke about Moloisane and the struggles he was having. Coach Kevin Hunt kept speaking to him, saying, calm down, pick the right decision, choose the right moment. And in the moment that was decisive, we gotta say we take our hats off to him.
That's what we say, take the hats off to the coach also, because he knows what the young boy can bring. Maloisani, he kept on telling him, yes, to say that stay on the ball, look for that opportunity, take the player on. And here it's he closed his body, went inside, and then look how pinpoint across the defenders, the 6 yards there by the penalty area, and Mabuya coming with that late run. Just tells you that the Mabuya was switched on to get to that ball before the defenders.
It can be very frustrating, Fiso. In as far as a coach, you find that this type of drills happens just about every day of the week, to say whip the ball to the side and let the running white player whip it into the box and have players running in. This is what coaches do. Gavin Hunt, I know, I worked with him for like 8 seasons, and this is what he does just about every day of training in helping players to arrive into the box. And it can be very frustrating if it doesn't happen as often as you would like it.
Why don't you say that you won it with Coach Gavin? I can usually you tell your kid with 8 years. But you know, I won this trophy with Coach Gavin, so I know very well. But the interest, what I'd like to share is that I'm so proud of Capetown Spurs boys. I just told them, all of them now, that if they can possess half, 50% of the performance here, they'll find themselves out of the 15th position in the log.
Yeah, lots of work ahead to do in, of course, the MFC, the Motsepe Foundation Championship for Capetown Spurs, but they will take a lot of pride from their efforts out there. In terms of numbers, of course, Supersport dominating because they had a lot more of the ball, a lot more opportunities, but Lucky speaks about the effort and leaving it all in the park here at Rowan.
And that's what it took today. I mean, obviously at that stage in time, probably the Spurs players were also thinking this is a shootout now. These are crucial moments of the game. It is cold, whereby you got to switch on till the last second. And I think this is where the boys need to grow. But for Supersport, who continue to believe, even though it didn't look like it will happen, but it takes that kind of character from players to continue to believe and keep pushing up until something breaks.
It's not the only Nedbank Cup fixture that we do have. We've got so many more exciting matches. And as the millennials say, it's time to cook. We've got to be cooking throughout this weekend. And of course, tomorrow we've got Stellenbosch FC who take on Polokwane. Durban City, they've been doing so well in the MFC, taking on a high-flying TS Galaxy. I'm not going to ask Lucky to predict any game because clearly he does not have the magic touch at the moment. Orlando Pirates taking on Baroka FC. Maromo Gallants up against Amazulu, who are improving under the co-coaches there. And of course, if you are fans of Kaizer Chiefs as well as Mamelodi Sundowns, they will be taking on Chippa United and Mbeni Home Defenders. So it's going to be a fantastic feast of football this weekend, and I am looking forward to it, no doubt. And of course, if you love yourself a little bit of entertainment, a little bit of fun, a little bit of football, well, we've got you covered on the lineup. I'll be hosting the show tomorrow, and we're looking forward to not only that, but also the Nedbank Cup action that is happening tomorrow. Thank you to Mr. Genuine, Lucky Mhlari.